Howdy, this is Pamela Krim, your proud head mama, and I'm coming to your place tonight. That's right, I've been waiting for an invitation for so long, and I'm just gonna come over and ring the doorbell. Now don't worry, I'm not really coming to your house. I'm coming to your mental apartment. Did you know you have a mental apartment? Your mental apartment is where you live with all of your thoughts, with your self-image, with your self-confidence, or maybe the lack thereof. See, our mental apartments are usually filled with old, worn-out, hand-me-down furniture, things that everybody else passed on to us. And I'm going to come and I'm going to help you clean it out. This mental apartment and that furniture that's in there is a whole lot of negative, and it's time to get rid of it. So let's say that I show up at your mental apartment tonight about 4:30 and we decide to clean it out. We're going to get rid of all that old, that negative that you've been carrying around for so long. And we take out every chair, the sagging sofa, the bed where the springs are just popping through the mattress, every lamp and worn out rug. We take out every piece of furniture from this apartment and we store it in the garage. And we're done about an hour later and we walk in and you say, wow, this place looks awesome. It's so clean and big and beautiful and completely empty. A fresh start for you. So I leave and you walk around for a little bit and you stand around and you walk around some more, and eventually that night you go back out to the garage and you grab one of those old wobbly chairs. And you bring it back in your apartment because you need a place to sit, right? Well, then about 9 o'clock at night, you're hungry. You need something to eat, so you go back out to that garage and you get that old table that somebody gave to you, and, well, you grab a couple broken dishes so you can enjoy a dinner. And I come back by about a week later to visit your mental apartment, and you've drug all that old crap back in your apartment. Now, why would you do that? Why would you piece by piece pull it all back in when we had just cleaned it all out? Well, here's the truth. You pulled it all back in because I didn't give you anything new to replace it with. Imagine this scene if I would have showed up at your house tonight and I would have showed up with a U-Haul full of wonderful new furniture. And we don't just drag out all your old junk and store it in the garage. No, this time we light a match to it and we just burn it all up. And I bring in piece by piece this new, beautiful furniture to fill your mental apartment. A week from now, you'd still be enjoying all this new, wonderful stuff. It's a whole new lifestyle for you. A year from now, it would still be so new and beautiful for you. That's what we need to do. Maybe you've been like me and you've been just dragging out and trying to get rid of that old negative stuff in your life, those negative thoughts, those bad self-images, and you've never been replacing it with something good, and so eventually that old junk creeped back in piece by piece. Here's a real-life example. A few years ago, I had a fear of something happening to my little boy. And I mean like a crippling fear. I could hardly let him be a little boy. I couldn't stand to watch him hike or camp or play football or ride his motorcycle because I was so afraid something was going to happen to him. And the more I tried to throw away those old thoughts and fears, the more they kept coming back in and filling my mental apartment. Those thoughts, they were still there. Until eventually I learned, in order to get rid of them, I had to replace it with something good. So I don't know how this happened, but one day I had this image of my phone ringing and I heard a grown-up adult voice of my son saying, "Mom, I'm in love, I got engaged." Now, it sounds silly, but that is the new furniture that I put in my mental apartment, and that old negative stuff was officially burned up and it will not come back in again. Because I replaced it with something new and something beautiful, and I'm telling you, it works. Another example is if you've decided to be healthier and happier in your life, you got to get rid of some junk and you got to replace it with some good stuff. You know, that old negative thought that you have of yourself, the reminder of that you're a quitter and you're a loser and you never follow through with anything, all the New Year's resolutions that never made it past January. Well, those old thoughts, they sure linger, don't they? And they make it easier not to get out of bed tomorrow morning, because that's just who you are, and that's what you fill your mental apartment with. But how about we get rid of that and we replace it with an image of you crossing the finish line? You run a marathon and you get the medal around your neck. You look and feel great, and you're saying it was worth every drop of sweat, every ounce of energy, every hour given up of that sleep. It was worth it all. Replace that negative image with that beautiful new stuff in your mental apartment. And let's just see how it changes your life. I'm so excited to come over tonight. Let's clean that apartment out and let's replace it with some new, beautiful furniture. My U-Haul is full and I'm ready to change your life. Let's make your life worth living